Hello everybody, welcome to Flagler County Time Traveler. This is Ed Sharkovich with the Flagler County Historical Society. Today we are turning off of Old Kings Road south onto Old Beach Road. This road leads down to the former Bulow Plantation sugar mill. It was purchased 1821, 4,600 acres by Charles Wilhelm Bulow. On it, he grew all kinds of things: indigo, rice, sea island cotton, and he was very successful. One of the largest plantations in Florida. He died 1823, and he left the plantation to his son, John. This is known as the Old Beach Road. This connected Kings Road over to the beach via a corduroy wooden road that crossed the salt marshes across what is now the Intercoastal Waterway. We're in the parking area today. The Bulow Plantation Ruins Historic State Park is closed. We're here in the evening. You can see the open hours on the sign. But what makes this area here special outside of the park is this tree right here. Taking a look at it initially, you may say, wow, that scar, is it the result of disease or a lightning strike, or maybe it was sideswiped? But this tree is a living artifact and a testament to Flagler County's long-term turpentine industry. So this is a relic. This is an amazing remnant of something that has withstood the test of time. If you take a look at these diagonal striations, these are all hand-cut and hand-carved sometime within the last 100 years. The tools that were used to scrape the bark off the tree to expose the tree's vascular system and harvest the sap, which was later turned into turpentine, include this bark scraper. Sometimes it was called the turpentine hack. This was used to remove the bark and expose the tree's vascular system. Once that was exposed, another tool, also known as a turpentine hack, was used to cut and etch into the soft woody pulp so that the sap would start to run. So diagonal cuts were made, and what you see in the wood here was made by a tool very similar to this. This isn't the entire tool. I'm going to show you a picture here in a second of what the full tool looked like, and that will give you a great idea of exactly what was used to make these marks. And there it is. So there was a weight at the bottom, and that was used to gather momentum. So after the the diagonal marks were made, these metal plates were attached to the tree. The sap would run down the wood, hit those tin plates, they were called tins, and then the sap was collected into a hurdy pot, which was hung on the tree. You can still see some remnant material in there from back in the day. By the 1920s, hurdy pots were replaced by these tin pans that were used to collect the sap. This one is unused. So this is what the full setup looked like. This is called a cat face, and this is what this tree was used for. This tree is a witness to an industry that has long since disappeared. So as you're walking through different parts of wilderness in Florida and you see something that looks like this, it may very well be a cat face on a pine tree and a part of Florida's industrial past collecting sap. When you see something like that, somebody would have been standing there like this, making those marks. So as you walk around the wilderness of Florida and you come across any pine tree that's got this kind of large diameter sectional bark on it, take a walk around it and see if you can't spot a cat face and remnants of the turpentine industry here in Florida. Of course, while you're looking at the tree, look also at the ground around it and see if you can't spot a hurdy pot or a collecting pan or one of the tools that I showed you. This area is tremendous for taking a look at native wildlife that has descended from things that were here back when turpentining was popular. And these are just some of the things that you can take a walk down Old Beach Road and spot and see. There's an amazing assortment of flora and fauna. It is just incredible to see what grows here in Florida. Some things are edible, some things are not edible, and you always want to make sure that you know what you're looking at before you go chewing on anything that is wild here in wild Florida. Some of these trees, like this live oak, are witness trees. This tree may well be a couple hundred years old and has been standing as a witness to all kinds of history that has taken place here in Florida, from Native American times all the way through British colonial, Spanish colonial, early American history, Civil War, Seminole Indian Wars, and beyond. So as you take a venture out, just understand that history is alive, just like these things are. And there are just so many amazing things to see here in Florida. Get out and go take a look. I just again want to emphasize the fact that don't ever eat something unless you're absolutely sure of what it is. And if it is edible, make sure you don't have a sensitivity to it. Again, my name is Ed Sharkovich with the Flagler County Historical Society. I want to thank you for taking your time today to watch this program. We are so excited about what we do at the Historical Society. We are located in Bunnell, and we have all kinds of educational programs and exciting things to do. Take a look at us on social media and our website. Thank you so much for watching.